Hello and welcome. I'm so excited. I have another incredible guest for you. How many of you have a baby or know someone who has a baby or in the future will be having a baby and you want to know what they're trying to communicate with you? And did you know the best communication is actually beyond words? This woman who I have here with me today, she's absolutely incredible. Irene Martinez is a communicator. She is an incredible woman. Let me tell you about her. She's the creator of Best Baby Beginnings. She's a clinical specialist in neurodevelopment, sensory processing, and occupational therapy. Irene, thank you so much for joining me and welcome to the Women's Spirit Interviews.
Thank you, Elizabeth. It's such an honor to be here, sharing the stage with so many wise speakers.
I'm so excited about Women's Spirit Summit that's coming up. It's coming up this week, everybody, womenspiritsummit.com. I'm so excited about it. Irene is one of the speakers at Women's Spirit Summit, and so I wanted to bring her on alongside all the other speakers who are going to be offering incredible soul talks at Women's Spirit Summit this week. But Irene, why don't you tell everybody in a quick nutshell about you and your journey and how you came to be doing what you're doing right now?
Well, I'm excited about being in the summit because it's also practice for me. I'm always telling my moms that it begins with taking care of ourselves because we need exquisite self-care in order to care and love someone else, particularly our precious babies, right? So this has been a wonderful practice for me to be part of the summit, and I'm looking forward to sharing that with many, many other women. But actually the reason why part of my journey is, self-care, going inside, but also after many, many years at the local children's hospital and all this, I guess you could say accolades that I had, training that I had amassed over the years, I walked into the most intensive units at the hospital. When the babies land early, when there's some kind of fragility, it's at the portals of life, right? That is when I realized how miraculous human beings are and how miraculous that time of life is. So I wanted to offer parents the opportunity to gain the most benefit out of those moments. And when I call them miracle moments, I'm actually not exaggerating. But one of the things I learned from those babies and those families, it was really interesting because, as I said, all this training I'd had in sensory processing and neurodevelopment, one day I was walking through the doors of those particular units, and it was like one of those moments when you completely awaken.
Yeah.
And I realized that what I was there to do, my function, after 10 or 12 years of extensive training, was really to be like a mother's womb for these babies, because that was the most perfect place for them to develop. Mm-hmm. So it was really interesting because it was all this intellectual and excellent training that I had, but nothing teaches you but having your hands on a baby and having that interaction with these little humans and their families, that transcends everything. And I think that's the experience of motherhood. It transcends everything. The person you've been before, because you're going to become somebody else. And those little things are wonderful teachers. Those little babies are wonderful teachers.
And that's why you started doing what you're doing. And how do you work with people right now? What is it that you like? Is it one-on-one? How
I offer one-on-one, mostly one-on-one in programs, but I do them globally. So it was after COVID, it was really interesting to note once again how miraculous and adaptive human beings are, right? I could train people long distance to become their own baby whisperers, like just to settle into their own wisdom and also connect with that wisdom that baby comes with, because we don't speak in words, but we need to kind of remember that primal language that we had and kind of connecting those two, the wisdom of the baby and the wisdom of the mother, so that they can together co-create the best beginnings to life. Because
And it makes such a
what we
huge
all want for
difference.
your baby, right?
Yeah, it makes a huge difference. So what is your Soul Talk as part of Women's Spirit Summit? Tell everybody about that.
The Soul Talk is entitled How Do Babies Talk to Us? Because they do talk to us. And communicating with your baby beyond any words.
Beautiful.
Because I love helping people remember how to talk with that language that is encoded in all of us.
Yeah.
And
Beautiful.
babies help us remember.
Yeah, they truly do. Everybody, Irene is going to be speaking at Women's Spirit Summit. It's happening this week, depending on when you're watching this video, August 15th through 17th. It's entirely free to register, and it is a beautiful retreat for women. You can pick and choose which of the talks are going to make the biggest difference for you. And whether you have a baby or going to have one, maybe you know someone, have them register, like send them this link right now. Whoops. Send them this link right now, womensspiritsummit.com. They can register free. You can all register free and come and join us for a 3-day online retreat, completely free, to uplevel your heart and your soul. Irene Martinez and 20 other incredible speakers are going to be guiding you through to uplevel your next chapter of your life, to get the awarenesses and the teachings that you need. And you'll be hearing stories from these incredible speakers about how they emerged to be the leaders that they are today. So womensspiritsummit.com, go here, grab your tickets. Irene, what are you most looking forward to as part of the summit?
I just wanted to piggyback on that. I think it's a refreshing and wonderful way to take care of yourself as we wrap up the summer.
I absolutely agree. And one thing that I've noticed in my own life, everyone, is that going to some kind of event periodically, whether it's online or in person, going to some kind of event always re-inspires, reignites me, makes me feel better, makes me feel more connected. The beautiful thing about Women's Spirit Summit, it's that it's done live. So you'll be in a room, and a virtual room, but you'll be in a virtual room with all the other speakers and with all the audience, like everyone all together. So it's live and it's interactive. These are not pre-recorded. It is live, and it's not just interviews, it's deep dive soul talks. So if you've ever heard of a short, inspiring talk making a big difference for someone, that's what these are. They're our feminine, holistic version of a talk. So it's a soul talk, everybody. Womensspiritsummit.com. Irene, one piece of
Absolutely.
wisdom to leave everybody off with today.
I just wanted to say that soul wisdom, it's so needed for self-care. So I invite you to take a refreshing break and nurture yourself at Women's Spirit Summit. Join us.
I love that. Absolutely beautiful. Make sure you join us, everybody, womensspiritsummit.com. And Irene, thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you, Elizabeth, for
joining me.
creating this community and this wonderful retreat.
Oh, you're so welcome. It's my pleasure. I will absolutely love to do it. So thank you again, everybody, for watching us here, and we'll see you at Women's Spirit Summit, everyone.